Going on big road trips and breaking down on the side of the road by yourself and then figuring it out, that's what it's all about.
Blowing out the sprocket carrier bearing.
So here we are. Bike has been ripped apart and already back together. Done full tank clean, the carb cleaned, jets were plugged. Reinstalled the fuel line without a kink. Has a minor kink, not really, but we're gonna leave it for now. It's better than it was. Labeled all the wiring, charged the battery, got new fuel, did an oil change, and have pieced it back together here. And going to give it a fire in a minute. Okay, so yesterday I rebuilt the whole caliper, new pads, new fluid, primed the whole system today, working onto the rear. Now, something that I just came across is when you get a bike like this, dirt bike, enduro, and it's not your bike, you need to go over everything. You need to take every bolt out, you need to replace anything that's worn out, re-torque, check it. Hey Gregory, come down here if you don't mind. Yeah, I just gotta take a little bit out. It's just at the full line and I want it a little bit below, so. Okay, you can put it on the kickstand. Perfect. Oh! Woo! Bumblebee's alive! So, feeling super full, stoked, excited. So the bike wasn't running very well. To the point we got it running in not a great way. And I heard it run, I listened to the engine and the valves, and I'm like, okay, turn it off. And we were just holding it wide open, spraying in starter fluid. I was like, okay. Beautiful process of just ripping everything apart and taking a look at seeing some kinked lines. The fuel line running into here was kinked, all right? And after all of my research in all the forums, I've got maybe at this point, maybe 20 hours of research into this bike. Exactly what people were saying, with the symptoms being a clogged pilot jet in the carburetor. So tore the entire carburetor apart today, found the clogged jet, found a clogged float, bunch of crud in it. Some of the vents were clogged. It's like, no wonder it wouldn't start or run properly. And boom, so stoked. Haven't rebuilt a bike in probably 8 years, 9 years, actually, like taking one apart and rebuilding. And I was saying to my old man, I'm like, I'm just as excited about this part, getting it running, as I am riding it. So feeling stoked, excited. I still need work to do and whatnot before I can ride it. So it's been a busy 4 or 5 days of projecting on the bike and also restoring this old moto trailer, utility trailer we had. Did all new wood, gave it a quick paint, brand new tires, repacked the bearings. Still need to do a little bit with the lights there. Got the hitch installed on the Outback today. That was quite a challenge. It wasn't hard, but it was just annoying because it's so dirty. Pretty straightforward. A little bit of a challenge when you do it by yourself, but I used my motorcycle jack. It's been a long time coming. I'm excited to be adventuring on a whole other platform. Everything came together. Lots of hard work, lots of grunt, lots of legwork, lots of research, but I love adult Lego. You know what I'm saying? I was a Lego kid and I love Lego. So this is Lego to me. Rebuilding cars, adventure cars, building vans, trailers on the list, bike is on the list. Time to get moving. The tent and fire can come later, but it's time to get on the bike.
Okay, so blowing out the sprocket carrier bearing. I was cruising along and I could feel it in my feet starting to grind, and I was like, oh no, I didn't know if it was the engine or the chain or what. So the bearing is blown and it's just metal on metal right now, probably about 7 or 8K from the car. So I'm limping the bike first gear through the woods. The sound isn't getting worse. As soon as it gets worse and all the bearings fall out, I'll have to walk the rest of the way. First adventure, that's what it's all about. I'm not upset. I'm glad it happened here. I'm gonna try to get out of here. I can feel it grabbing. Ugh. See what happens. All right, so last night being, the first test run of rebuilding the trailer, getting the bike into the woods and camping, and what a wicked adventure, epic adventure it was last night. Quite the adventure last night. I wish I had made a little bit more footage of the adventure, but yeah, I was just kind of soaking it in the moment. Wanted to take advantage of the daylight that I had left yesterday. I got up here at I think it was 7:30 or something, and was kind of putting along in the woods, and I thought, I'm too far out of range to either get help or get back to my car. So I turned around, and as I was on my way back, that's when I felt that clunking in my feet. I could hear it. Something was binding up. And yeah, discovered that I'd blown out the, what's it called? The sprocket carrier bearing, or the cush bearing. And what that is, I'll show you right here, is this bearing in here is completely blown and exposed. The seal is off, all the shit is coming out. I'm really hoping that I didn't do any damage to the cush housing that holds the sprocket. That's what I was worried about, and that's what I stopped a couple times, checked it out, had to make the decision, do I want to walk the 5K? It was 4.8, yeah, 5K, and get the trailer and come back at the bike, or just slowly limp it over there and limp it back. And that's what I did. I just first gear, kept spraying it with water just to kind of keep it cool and also to keep it lubricated a little bit. I got to try anything, but I ended up just first gearing it all the way back, got here, and yeah, that was awesome. That's part of the adventure. It's like going on big road trips and breaking down on the side of the road by yourself and then figuring it out. That's what it's all about. It is. That's really what, is fulfilling very rewarding when you can take care of that stuff and yeah, get yourself out of a jam. So, feeling pretty stoked this morning, to say the least.